Akwe Talofa, and good morning to you people of the internet. Welcome to the show. Well, with the end of the year fast approaching, I finished university and preparations are being made for Christmas. I've been given quite a bit of time to catch up on some stuff. That includes some games, that includes catching up on some movies, and of course, catching up on a few books. Now, I really love to read, but when you're studying a degree full-time, you get to read less of what you want to read, and you end up having to read a lot more academic stuff. But with that all out of the way, I've been able to catch up on some pretty good stuff. And I thought, it might be nice to just do this nice short, fun little video just telling you about what I've been reading recently, and if I recommend it, and what I thought. So, yeah, let's get straight into it. So, the first book is The Been Diaries by Tony Benn. Tony Benn is one of my personal political heroes, and he is a legend within the British Labour movement. The son of a peer, a cabinet minister, and sometimes described as Labour's lost leader, Benn fought for what he believed in all his life. His left-wing views, however, have also been a point of criticism from some on the Labour right and some Conservatives, who saw him as an extremist, and in the case of the Labour right, blamed him squarely for keeping Labour out of power during Margaret Thatcher's time. But regardless of politics, I think those historically or politically minded would find this a good read. In terms of the story it tells, it's not like the memoirs of Dennis Skinner, another British Labour man I admire. But it does give you a look at the development and life of Benn's political and life philosophy, which is interesting in itself. I definitely recommend it to admirers of Mr. Benn and political historians, although if you want something more memoir-based, I suggest you look at Dennis Skinner's Sailing Close to the Winds. But on a scale of 1 to 10, I'd give it an 8. The next book I've also been reading is the first book in the Tripod series by John Christopher, titled The White Mountains. I actually first found out about the book through the TV series, and only recently got the first 2 books. The series is set in the future, where Earth is under the control of a race of tripods. They are controlled by capping, which purges the brain of rebellious thoughts as well as human creativity. When Will Parker, a young boy in Britain, meets an uncapped man named Ozymandias, he and his cousins set out to set themselves free of the tripods. The book is absolutely fantastic so far. There are differences from the show, of course, but I honestly don't mind at all. It's just as captivating. There are 4 books in the series, including a prequel, and I'd say, if you get the chance, give it a read if you're a fan of sci-fi. The show is also pretty good too, though it was sadly cancelled by the BBC before it finished its run. At the same time, they gave Doctor Who the boot, but luckily it came back in the 21st century. Hopefully Tripods gets a similar treatment sometime too, because it is really good. Overall, a 9 out of 10 and an absolute recommendation. It most definitely has my seal of approval. The third book, if you're looking for a little bit of childhood nostalgia, is Goosebumps Horrorland: Scream of the Haunted Mask. I'm actually going to do an entire video on this book, but decided not to in the end. I was a bit late to the whole Goosebumps series, but really enjoyed it when I did. And the Haunted Mask was an absolute favourite of mine. Scream acts as a retcon sequel to the original book, getting rid of the Haunted Mask too. Carly Beth begins to have issues with the Haunted Mask trying to get to her again. She tries to delve into its past, with a mystery arising near her after-school club. I do really enjoy reading back on some of these for nostalgic purposes. I would say this is one I particularly like to revisit. Although I would be lying if I said I didn't prefer the very first one. But for a sequel, I still say it still stacks up, and it's worth a read if you're a Goosebumps fan. 7.5 out of 10 from me. Last book from me, and this is just a little bit of fun for the comic book fans, Batman Court of Owls Volume 1. Now, most of you probably know, I love Batman. And when I got this for my 19th birthday, I was really glad to get a chance to read another series. My favourite graphic novel, Hush, still remains a firm favourite, but I did really like the storytellers. When Batman discovers a murdered victim linked to the mysterious Court of Owls, the Caped Crusader is faced with a mystery that links him with his own family. For someone who was new to the New 52 and had tried to avoid it after how it reinvented Harley Quinn, I really enjoyed it and would love to read the rest of the series. It has this great psychological edge to it, as well as the mystery. And it had me on edge every single step of the way. It had everything I enjoy in the comic, in a nutshell, really. Easily 9 out of 10. So that's just what I've been reading recently. What do you guys think of the books? What have you guys been reading? Let's have a little bit of a discussion down in the comments. Well, that's it for now, guys. So, until next time, goodbye. Hi-da-da.